Like, bro, I just have too much sauce to even care.
Been on my freaking for a while. Know them haters gon' hate, know them jacking my style. See me waited months to grace, hop in here, let me style. I'ma do it like he said, I'ma make my papa proud. This one for the culture, see the vultures all around. So the sheep amongst the wolves, we gon' kill it, we gon' clown. We gon' set it off, we gon' let it out the bag now. Have mercy, we are not worth it, take a bow.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Thank God it is Fashion Friday. I am your host, Al the Great, CEO of Good Steward Apparel and lead designer of Good Steward Apparel brands. Shout out to J Lock, who has the music, the intro music. I appreciate the track. So if you are just joining us and this is your first time, we like to keep it simple. So we like to decompress from a long weekend and get ready for the weekend and decompress from a long week. But like I said, if you're just hearing my voice, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's talk about fashion. Let's decompress. Let's have a good time. I know we had a lot going on this week. We had the election, and we're going to talk about presidential fashion. You know, that's one of the reasons that brought on this topic of this show, because we knew it was coming up. If you are joining me, leave me something in the comments. Let me know, how are you doing? Say hey, wave. Coffee and Collaborations is saying hello. Thank you. Also, thank you to Kimberly for the opportunity. Kimberly is the visionary behind Coffee and Collaborations Media. Please go and check out more of our stuff on Coffee and Collaborations at Facebook, coffeeandcollaborations.com, kind of all over. Instagram, all over. So tell me what you all think about this topic. Talking about, I'm sure no one thought they were going to be talking about presidential fashion. But I want to talk about why it is important to you, why it is important to candidates, because if you think about it, they actually have consultants that help them with their fashion. They help them with their image, kind of a little bit of everything. So we're going to talk about why this is important to you and everybody else. So go ahead and share, and let's get right into it. This is a quick show. This is your quickest show on Friday. All right, so today's show is brought to you by Love and Flow. If you have not checked out the ladies of Love and Flow, please go check them out. It is one of our sister shows on Coffee and Collaborations on Facebook. It also streams on YouTube Live. Please go and check them out. They're going to be doing their season finale. It's going to be November 21st. So if you haven't checked out the rest of this, before, go ahead and get the replays. And please, either way, come and check out this show. I'm sure they're going to have some amazing things to talk about, and also just follow them, because they bring up a lot of great topics. All right, so why you should care about presidential fashion. So we know we just had the election, and we have our president and VP elect. So really, I know people were out here, they were celebrating in the streets and just having a good time. And it is a time to celebrate, election time, and it brings on new hopes, new dreams, a little bit of everything. So we celebrated. It was a stressful election, I know, because it seemed like it went on forever. I can't remember a time where election results lasted this long. It seemed like we were waiting for results for like a month. But that goes the way of 2020 in general. So we had the presidential election. We have our new president, Joe Biden, and we have our new VP, Kamala Harris, our first Black and female, VP. And no, we haven't had anybody she is really breaking barriers all around. I'm sure you guys know. So that was also a reason to celebrate. So the reason that you should care about presidential fashion. First, we know that fashion is an expression of you. Here at TGIF, we care about, it's not all about what's trending, but it is about how you feel about it and how it expresses you. Fashion is a way to express your personality, your intelligence, your culture, where you come from, your experiences, kind of a little bit of everything. So therefore, the trends are, like I said, the trends are not so important, but it's all about how you express yourself. And when you are a presidential candidate, or when you get into office, your fashion is always going to give people something to talk about, and is also going to give people, it's just going to tell people a little bit more about you. Because whether we want to believe it or not, and I don't know who's going to, in the comments, who's going to, agree with me. But a lot of America, a lot of in general, we choose our elected officials on how they look and how we feel about them. And fashion can definitely play a role in that, right? So one of the tips. So I have a couple tips about just presidential fashion in general, what I've seen, and I'm going to tell you also how this relates to you. You may not be running for president. You may have no goals of running for president or VP, but I'm also going to tell you how it relates to you. So if you're a presidential candidate or running for any office, you kind of want to find that middle ground. Because if you look too put together, if you are, if you had tailored suits, if they're expensive suits and you look too put together, it's going to make people think that you are elitist. And I'm sure we've heard that word before in politics. Let me know if you've heard that word before. We've heard it a lot, especially when Obama was in office. So we've heard that word a lot. So it's going to make it's going to make you look like an elitist, and it's also going to make you look, unrelatable. If someone looks like they have too much money, it makes them look a little unrelatable. So the other thing is, and if you go to the other side of that spectrum, if you look too put together and you have those suits that cost a lot of money, then you look like an elitist. If you go to the other side of the spectrum and you look too sloppy, or you look, not just very organized, then people are going to think that you're not confident. You're going to look like you're unorganized or incompetent in general, right? So it's all about finding that middle ground. And I'm trying to move this over so I can see my comments. Let me know if you guys are just joining us. Kimberly Woods McGee says, true for the average person. Thank you for joining us. So the next one, first we say you got to find that middle ground. The next one, if you are a presidential candidate, if you're any high profile person, typically running for office, it's not the same if you are a movie star or if you are just a famous person in general. So if you're running for office, if you're running for public office, and this makes a difference because it's public office, you are being hired by the people. So you want to make sure that you don't stand out too much. You want to stand out in the small details. Too far outside the norm, you give people something, you give media something else to talk about, something to critique. So you want to find your way just kind of in that middle ground and look at like the small details, whether it be a pen or whether it be your buttons or anything. And I'm sure you guys have seen other presidential candidates. You see them wear that flag pin. That is a signature for any presidential candidate to have that flag pin. That is what I'm talking about, those small details. And, it helps people kind of come to an idea about something without having to think too hard. It makes you look more patriotic, right? So the other thing, you want to be, whatever you wear, you want to be comfortable. You want to wear something that stands out, but you want to be comfortable. And I say you want to be comfortable. We love comfort in general, but you definitely want to be comfortable as a candidate because you're making hard decisions. As a president, as a candidate, if you whatever public office you are holding, you want to make sure that you're comfortable because you're going to be making a lot of hard decisions. So you want to, whatever you wear, you want to be comfortable, right? If anybody has any comments, anything I just said, any questions, leave me a comment. You can say, Al, you crazy. I don't believe any of this. That's okay too. So looking at our new president, our president-elect and our VP-elect. So we've celebrated. They are now transitioning, getting ready for office, getting ready to hold office, pandemic team, all these other things. So one of the things I like about, if you look at past presidents or past candidates or people who have been in that higher office, we have had very few that went away from the norms. And when I say the norms, is the norms where you think about that business suit. Like I said before, that business suit that is it's not too tailored. It's not form fitting, or it's a little loose where it looks like you didn't spend a lot of money on it, but it also it's in those typical colors that you think of business. It is that gray, that darker gray, not even a light gray. It's that darker gray, a black or a blue. White shirt, blue shirt, and that tie is either red or it has stripes, or it's small details. It may have some small print, but not a lot. That's what we've seen over this modern time. So thinking about if recognizing some of these presidents that we have here, I'm going to start off with the right. So we have Taft, who you've had several presidents who've done something different with the overcoat. So he decided to have a little fur on the overcoat. That is that's a statement. You can go with the regular suit coat, or something that's going to keep you warm, that regular overcoat, but he had a little fur on his overcoat. That is a statement I love, especially for this season. I love fur. So we have JFK. This was definitely different. JFK was someone who thought about those small details. He tried to do it in the small details, whether it was his watch or anything, just the small things. But he typically stuck to that gray, that black, those darker colors, that blue. So we have, who remembers this picture of Obama, of President Obama, when he wore that tan suit. He did get a lot of flack for that tan suit. It gave them something. They were talking about things anyway. They were talking about his wife's fashion, Michelle Obama's fashion, but that tan suit really, almost broke the news day. So this is what I was talking about. If you go too far out of that norm, it gives the media, it gives the people something else to kind of focus on. So you don't really want that too much as a president or somebody holding a higher office. Then we have Ronald Reagan. So this was big for him to do this plaid green suit. Like this was pretty big, especially the plaid. Even in that time, that this was big for a president or someone holding a high office. Who was around during that time, or who remembers this picture, or how much do you remember of a stir? Did it cause a stir, or was just a little bit? This was before we had social media and kind of everything. So if it was a stir, it was late. Sometimes in those days something happened and then people didn't hear about it for weeks or a month later. So information didn't travel as fast. But that's definitely a prime example of really going above and beyond and kind of sticking out. So like we said, as a presidential candidate or a president or a VP, you want to make sure to those small details. And when I say we want to, make this relate to the everyday person. So if you're holding higher office, this is why this relates. If you're holding a higher office, like I said, you are getting paid by the people. So when you ever see, a prime example is your pastor. You ever see those people who want, they feel like their pastor can't make too much money, or he can't look too wealthy. His car can't be too nice, or his suit can't be too nice. I kind of put that on that same level. If you are a pastor, if you are a presidential candidate, there's almost a line that you have to have, or you give the people that you're leading, you give them too much to talk about. You do have some well-dressed pastors in this modern age. That has definitely changed quite a bit, but I think it's still an issue. Let me know if you've seen this with your pastor or other pastors. I definitely have heard it with a lot of different pastors. All right, so talking about Joe. talking about Uncle Joe. So I have never seen. I searched pretty hard. I have never seen Uncle Joe. Our new president. I have never seen him dressed down. I have yet to see someone capture a picture in the media or anywhere. If you have seen Uncle Joe dressed down, let me know, because I have not seen it. I searched pretty hard. I saw one picture, and you know how bad people Photoshop stuff. It was one picture of him in a denim shirt, and it was hard to believe that was really him. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But that was the only picture I could find of him dressed down. I even remember him running. There was a video clip of him running with President Obama when they were in office, and he was still in a suit. He was still in a suit shirt running around the White House. So I have never seen this man dressed down. But so I think with him and Kamala Harris, our new VP elect. So I think they do very well with, when it's time to go to an event, it's time to go to a gala. I think both of them do very well with getting dressed up. I don't think that's kind of an issue at all. So getting dressed up, they do very well. What I wanted to focus on was, a little bit of a kind of a casual, but not too casual. Because like I said, I have yet to see, I don't think I've seen Joe Biden in jeans or anything. The most I've seen him is in a suit shirt, a button-up shirt without a jacket, and maybe his sleeves rolled halfway up. That is the most casual I have ever seen him. So we can't go too casual, because if you go too casual, like I said, you will give people something. You will give the media something to talk about, especially on a slow news day. So we want to go to that realm where we're taking it a little casual. I chose the sweater and still a button-up shirt. You cannot go wrong with a button-up shirt. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but those pants are plaid. It's a darker plaid. So if you go too light, then you bring a lot of attention. But we want to stay within those small details, right? You want to stay within those small details. If somebody gets up close, or maybe in a picture or something, you can kind of see it a little bit. Somebody left it. I guess maybe he's dressed down in that. I hope he's dressed down in that. But I'll check it out. But in those small details, I don't know if Uncle Joe would actually wear these, but I think it'll be a good look. Plaid pants, that's definitely for this, that's definitely on trend for right now. Some comfortable shoes, still a little dressy. You can't go wrong with some low profile, brown or darker color shoe. That's gonna go with a little bit of everything, whether you're wearing blue or other colors. It's going to complement very well. And I think that I still like that, that Ralph Lauren style with the sweater and the button up, the sweater over top of the button up. So that is a classic style. He's a classic guy. I think this would fit perfectly. How do you all feel about that? Do you think this would be a good fit for Uncle Joe or not at all? Can you see him wearing plaid pants? Maybe somebody send me a picture of that. Maybe I'll be surprised. So we said he's still okay in jean shirts. Okay, maybe that's the one I saw. Okay. So check out that link. Maybe you'll see him in a jean shirt. So the other one is thinking about those small details again. I chose that double-breasted suit. Ladies, do you like a man in a double-breasted suit? Like, I love a double-breasted suit. Joe, our president, has a slender build. I think it would go great. I also think the suit I think he could definitely have that suit to be a little bit more tailored. Not too tailored, because, like I said, you don't want him to think that he's spending all the people's money on suits, but just a little tailored, a fit a little bit more, especially in the midsection. And if you're going to do that double-breasted suit, that double-breasted fit is going to fit a little snugger in that midsection, more tailored fit. So Kimberly says she saw him in jeans and a blazer. I can see that. Probably those darker washed jeans that you see a lot of presidential candidates, and those kind of jeans that have been around forever. But I can definitely see that. So, like I said, double-breasted suit. still a blue tie, still a white shirt. So we're making those small changes, and then you can still use those same shoes, or you can choose to go with a different shoe. So that's going to be those small changes. And when you do a double-breasted suit, if you're looking to change up the style just in the details, you want to make sure that you have a double-breasted suit with some dark buttons. Not something that is going to be gold or is going to bring a lot of attention to it, because that will bring a lot of attention. But just those small details. And the same thing for if you're running for public office, this is something that will go well with, for whatever office you're running for, whether it be governor, whether it be, councilman, whatever it is. I think this is something that can go well without going to that other side of being too dressed up, looking too tailored, right? How do you all feel about these two looks? That double-breasted suit, and also that that casual look. I really love the plaid. All right, so we're looking at our VP-elect Kamala Harris, and I think one of the things that I really love about her looks, especially in this picture, like she's in I don't know where this is, but it looks like somewhere where some destruction has happened, and she's kind of swooping in her Timbs. And I know the favorite memes and everything is her getting off the plane in her Timbs or her in some Converses. I really think one of the things about her that has helped her connect and be on a level of that roundaway girl is those Timbs and those classics, those Converses. I think that is like she has gotten major points for that, because that's something you have not seen for anyone holding a higher office, to get that casual. And we definitely want to keep it that casual, because that's how she connects. I think that's when she's at her best. I don't know if you guys have also seen her formal looks, but the formal looks are great too. I think she really does well with the formal looks. Still in those small details. She's seen a little sheer here and there, but definitely in that black. I haven't seen a lot of color from her, but definitely those formal looks are really good. So looking at that casual look, like I said, we don't want to mess with the casual too hard, but we definitely want to keep her. You definitely want to keep people be able to connect with her. Want to have that like she's at next door, like her, like that connection. So just dressing up her casual a little bit, glamming it up just a little bit, still keeping in the jeans that are not too form fitting, but still slim in the profile. And you see the blouse, something long. I wouldn't necessarily, maybe with the clutch, that can be too much, but definitely glamming it up a little bit with a blouse that has some patterns, some designs a little bit, and then keeping that classic look with those Chucks. You don't have to be heels. Still be able to connect with people. So the other look that I chose that I really like, I've seen her a lot, when she was debating, other pictures I've seen of her, and it's normally in the pantsuit. I will tell you that the women in Congress and the whatever office they're running for, they are killing the pantsuits. Like I know Hillary was killing the pantsuits. I think people were tired of it, but I like the way that Hillary would do different colors. Like Hillary would go yellow, would go pink, like it would be all kind of colors, but she still changed it up a little bit. And I will tell you guys, the reason that they do that is it's almost like having a blank slate. You keep the same uniform where you have to think very minimally. I don't know if you guys have ever heard, I think it's Jeff Bezos. Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs talked about how you can make, you have a limit of the good decisions that you make daily. And if there's something that you don't have to make a decision about, whether it be fashion, whether it be clothes, someone cleaning your house, paying your bills, he was all for that. So that is one of the reasons that you don't see a lot of presidents or candidates or sometimes people who are head of companies or, these people in these higher positions, you don't see them deviate from from like almost like a blank slate. You don't see them deviate too much because looking the same way every day, it's just one less decision you have to make. But the important part about being in office is the way that you look, your fashion is going to help you connect with people. If you are the CEO of a company, necessarily you connecting with the public is not necessarily going to be the same, because a lot of times you're behind closed doors. If you are a candidate or if you're running for office, people see you a lot. You're going out there and meeting with the people that you're working for, the people that you're servicing, so they're going to see you a lot. So that's why the fashion is more important and not necessarily having that blank slate. So we're still keeping up with kind of that blank slate because we don't want to go to too much go too far to the left. So still that black or dark suit, still white shirt, dress shirt. But I think that maybe being a little bit more form fitting, I think that would work really well. So a lot of people in Congress, women in Congress, you see them, and it's also in trend. You will see this with Kamala. You will see her wear like the boyfriend blazer. It is that loose tailored blazer. It is not more form fitting, but I think she has a slender build, something more form fitting, not too form fitting, but I think just right. I think that's gonna just stick out just enough, right? But so still doing the dark colors, white shirt, but really bringing it out in those pink heels or any color heels, whatever heels you want to wear. So, some color heels really bringing the detail to the feet, not necessarily to, everything else. And you just stick out just enough to show some personality. But also one of the other things I like if you're going to do that, I think it works really well with her. If she's going to do that suit jacket, having the sleeves rolled up. I think that still keeps that casual look, but it still, helps her connect with the people. And I think that's something that she's really known for, that she's she seems more personable, right? So how do you all feel about those two looks? How do you like the blouse? I really like the casual look. I like the Chucks. I really like the Chucks, something more casual. Tell me how you feel about both looks and how you're doing in general. So I want to thank you all for joining us again for another episode of Thank God It Is Fashion Friday. So please come back, join us every Friday for TGIFF. Let's decompress. Let's have some fun, from a long weekend. Let's get ready for the week and let's really relax. If you have not checked out Coffee and Collaborations, or this is your first time, go out and check out all of our shows. We have Love and Flow that, like I said, they're coming up with their season finale. Please go and check them out. It'll be November 21st. And check out Coffee and Collaborations podcast and also show. So check all of our shows out. So again, I am Al the Great. This is TGI Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Fashion Friday. And I want to say, if it's been a long week, if I know life can be a little hard, make sure that you make that choice every day that you're going to be great. You should already know, God thinks you're great. I think you're great. It is important that you think you're great and make that choice daily. All right. So thank you all for joining us. And I will see you next Friday for Thank God It Is Fashion Friday. Thank you.